company yaje adwuma na finisem why nipa ne sisa bola yenya substantive person anase company yaje adwuma na finisem why enti yaje adwuma na fi Zoomlion nipa ba ku fonti tieni o nana nipa ba ku nti yaje adwuma de fi Zoomlion for some me Zoomlion minimum mo bebia minimum bia Zoomlion. But what you know is what you know, sure. And what you know is the truth and the fact. Sure. They terminated the Zoomlion contract because of Paul Admotre. Na Sanya ya Juma, Sanya ya really Ghana. Sanya Gua Mai. Paul Admotre, Yanji contract for Zoomlion for some now ball and many. Central for council swa yajeje camera sanya in Ghana.
Manasseh Azura winning, and he was writing a lot of rubbish on Facebook. Let me ask Manasseh Azura say anopeya ye kase. Ala jobola na ababegu no. One of the baba besesada. When Manasseh Azura winning come from his house and clean the street of Accra. Assemblies na mosi emphasize kane mo mun cleaning na sanitation enye yen. Would the assemblies have the capacity? Ala jogata nimuna and nay ball and man. Who will go and clean it? Which company do we have in this country? Also, what capacity obe cleaning our environment? Bola ya ensure to ya expose ya nyinano. Manasseh Azura wini say or company ya the contract man ya man juma obetimi ya cleaning the street of Accra. Any Ghana. Please respectfully and some hunu bi ho no ma yanyai.
Awusia wadaruma we de jebre na mense wadaje ketuwa bi na yemfa nhua de bi kakra na de sisi yakoso my Ghana mu no ene yenyan na etan so kra ya rahosema si ya hwe ne yanka ne yamfa amonyosem ensi nchen ne yanhwe oman no nkankura dachi bi no sebe ebeba bebu aboye ne a sisi yankasa o my Ghana nsuo beto bia no na eyiri na efa de hye ya sisi de yakoso wonkan ya danse a ekirese o my Ghana ye nyina ye kura sini nyina eye fi a abunkama fa ye mont ne so na senkam ya yese ade bechi bia na obi ehwie bola edegu ayi ensutinim ade bechi bia na video pie na efise nipa no be hye ne bola si ho onya ka no obefa nipa no be hye ne bola si ho onya obi no ba befa nti abasa ne de ane tese ope ba bi no de fa fi se ebebu nkama fa no so ni fie pa de ne odebegu gatem amanya che no nti ya no akoso wa nkana ya se wo mudi gum nyina ne ni ba bi akọ na eboa no e de atwen wo mo nkana montene so a nsu kase yi ne ti ene ama nknan ayare hosempa ne no ene nipa bebre no ado mo nsa etene NDC aban so se mudi amobaye no mompese mudi sika be hye bibie mu o man Ghana mu mompese mudi sika be wura bibie fi se ase mompese mo ya na de bia na sika hye ata so nso de enima hodo bi ho no me hia se mudi sika wura mu o man ni mo nye ene sika na hye mata so nko a ya no ababe ye arehosempa ya se de wo yini ena atu yen Zoomlion wadwumakuo sempo kura ban yi ba ye na ohwe nkratam na hu se nima bi nkoyi a nkombetime ne Zoomlion wadwuma na sinkonya aka se madaroma mo nsa kire mu se de be adwumayefo no ho bekenha wo mo fise adwuma ne de mo ye adechie bia ye maame no ma mrewane nkokorafo prapra kwan ho omu wia na ka na fa kire abetese ne nyina de kọ ya Zoomlion wadwuma na waje ho contract ya na wode ema sa Ghana de hye enso so ndisi ba ye wase da bida wa baba be yi Zoomlion wadwuma na firi ho ena se de sebe ye nuanu muslimfo yo motwi Prague ya bobo yai wo mo ne de contract na ma wo mo on official assignment wo mo ena de Prague ya sorry abobo ya ena na mafichire sasa bola na yebisa se sa bola no mo sasa no mo wi a mo de ko hin fi se Zoomlion no te sa bola no a ono ankasa wo kwan ya wasafa so eyam bola no ntia emfa ho ne bola dodo a obeje na otimi eyam e de ye bibi foforo nanso ene ya etwa ne contract mo yi nani ena nkora yi sisa bola yi a ne de gina kwan ho saa yenye ba bi ne de afa efisi ya gye contract na ma wo mo so mo ntimi nya adwuma no eno aba ba ya rehosempa manipa bebre no a eka se ho ade wo ye ndisi aban ye ipa de ebe ha o my Ghana na ade me ma me kasa nche nkomo bebre no na akoso me pese obeje bre na wahwe bi sa aban animanimu ya ne se wo se akonachi no akọ renew ne contract no o maye mu nsakira ya ye mu amendment a ebe boa Ghana fo a megidi pa se ebe boa ayi niam se de ensu yiri e de aba ama ababa ye oye ne ewo Ghana na Basintale ebra obaba ye CEO ne nkomo kakra wodi ya o ka se wo se ne bo ena metwam ye ntie kakra emra
Zoomlion as we stand now. So long as we are concerned, I admit that there's no existing contract. And that contract was not renewed or was not signed in the last 2 months till election, which meant that for the month of October, November, there was no existing contract between the YEA and Zoomlion Ghana Limited. I have come as the new acting chief executive officer of the Youth Employment Agency.
Yo, nti Malik Basintale ena ekotie no.
We've exported talents. Some are in Nairobi, about 70 of our staff are there. Some are going, about 50 in Lagos, Liberia. We are exporting talents. And it's because of all the understanding of we came to invest into the waste management and to deal with it righteously. In fact, my ambition has been that as for the black man, if you don't excel beyond reasonable doubt, you are not proven. If Zoomlion is today accepted in Kenya, meaning that we are practicing what international best practice is accepted into the waste management. And that's all what has been done. Because if we are not doing something right, we will never be allowed. And some of them were tendered. We went to an international competitive tender and we were being certified. Waste management is science, a skill. It's not just job for cooperatives. It's not job for base. No. If you consider waste as, you see, the actual thing that every human being thinks that when you generate waste, it's a common thing. Anybody can collect. Anybody can sweep. But when you sweep and you don't have a scale of how to collect, you see some debris left. It's a scale. So the concept and the fundamentals of waste management, if it is destroyed, you see flooding. You see flooding. Because if you don't have people sweeping on the street of Accra, even in your room, if you don't sweep 1 month, you see that you will not feel comfortable. So if you don't have people constantly sweeping and collecting it, the waste will find itself in the drains. And when it rains, flooding will occur. It's natural. You cannot do anything about it. So if the fundamentals are not kept right, that is how it will be.
Na nkomo twetwe na akoso de nya adaje na yentie amanfo bi omodo no watum akirem e wo saade ma we ye koso enam so ama omodo mo sai tenetene ndisi aban so se wanhwe yi a oman obema oyi ne pa e na ababa beto ye wadaro ma like video ne ma mi wa misre wada na e fa won sta team adoma no so na like ne fa wadwen kire bra na fe share on subscribe on so anu subscribe to Randy J report na ne ma bebre no agu akwan mu eba.
Yes, abufu ana ewo mi mo no. Here crash atiako. Me say apart from police ni sankofo ya ye beche wo. Say no be a property. And obi an who to me say public place. And I say public adie kra ye public na meba adie ye public, you know, you don't have rights. Say a journalist say me ya ba ye report. Wuti be gi ye camera. Me see ya beche wo. Although as I make a market on the wall, Yanyama Ghana police in Kwan, yes, because Ghana police, where I ever show Makui, or the fair why your office war, or by the fair why your office war, after the sanitation minister, local government minister, near Kofan Kofobiko, near micromanaging issue, near Jamu, the American watchers here, because be another party, be there, party for the drum cocotte now. Asama anana na kekan. Manya typhoid fever. Mame kamo bi antibi. Me call 37. Enra. Doctor na share me no a military man. We a military a soldier ni. Ena oka say how come that nipa wa show mu over 16 ene typhoid fever. 16 what's the power about 32? Or by our head part 32. It me na me toso they gave me the protocol. You understand? Was it 16? The part 32 and almost half of them enya typhoid fever. OPD. Then the nurse in say, Cherio nurse in say, for the past 2 weeks ni, the beer typhoid and no more record 37. OPD. Typhoid fever. Listen, you see every year biano, you net typhoid that Ghana yen 65,000 annually. Every year bia typhoid fever 65,000 cities. But this year 65,000 cases. But this year, tell you knew 1 year and so we are in the middle of the year. You have 51,000 cases. 51,000 cases of typhoid fever. Bisa said the Accra is the most populous. Bisa said the Bola bubon chenku Accra dodo. Bola. Listen kwa La Paz. Ayi Accra station Bola. Accra Central Bola. You are the animal Bola. Oba traffic light yes ya Bola. Ayi Tiptoe Lane Junction Bola. Dome me condomine than 3 days. A time dome market a time. Ne so to say na a proud Bola. A dear de beba and a typhoid. Sabolina. Typhoid never ba Samolina no and no the feel and me a typhoid fever. Nipanes sa Bola. Yenya substantive person and as a company yaje aduma na finisem why e dey tin yaje aduma na fi Zoomlion nipa ba ku fonti tie o nana nipa ba ku nti yaje aduma de fi Zoomlion for some me Zoomlion minimum mo ba bia minimum bia Zoomlion. But what you know is what you know, sure. And what you know is the truth and the fact. Sure. They terminated the Zoomlion contract because of Paul Admotre. Na Sanya ya Juma, Sanya ya Ghana. Sanya Gu Mai. Paul Admotre Yanji contract for Zoomlion for some now ball and mene. Na Central for council swa ya tetie camera Sanya ya Ghana. Sanya ya Ghana. Baby a Ghana abedu ha mamika se we President Mahama. Obi anwa na baso se meda. But mamika se we function. Say ye shedi po ba ku bi hunti. Ni e dia terminate obi contract because Paul Admotre ye aduma ma NPP for. When the catch also ye aduma ma NPP. Sanya de Ghana, Sanya de Ghana. Musu audit. Ye ba audit Zoomlion. Ya ti ase. Omo me ehunu the communication service tax. Sikada abam na so amu audit me here. Basintale bae the communication service tax no a kojo ba ru edu kofa bae no. Ya double the talk tax. No. The idea is to finance and also to pay the national youth employment for can. Samoya Zoomlion audit that. Munde that communication service tax audit no so me here. Me kasa fun so ati me tax. Me brazo ati me tax. Sa communication service tax no. Baby akodu ayi buy no Basintale buy no. Baby ana sika de wono. Baby a wono. O me ehunu. Baby abedu sisi aso me ehunu. Mabo imi enye sa de na ayeye. And no bola everywhere. Bola baby a bola. Ada ne yesa. Sani anyu no man. Sani esi atechire o man. Oba yo bi ehelu. Aka 2.5 years I work for baby 19 years. Can't you sit the people down and ask them to do the right thing even if they are at fault? Nagani e kasi e kodi ni na why na e beja no hotototo why se gani ye ni na ye kase ye ni na ye kasi ye show bi ade mu a why ye beja no hotototo don't even the Jubilee House. Not even the Jubilee House 2.9 Moka say e say Jubilee House obi anya DSTV mewa. They were watching World Cup. Jubilee House, they were watching World Cup, not GTV. We have videos and pictures. Stacey better no Moshe. Mokache.
And they said nada. Oko government institution.
Stacey better no Moshe Mokache.
Ho.
I am Pessia back some abandoned bridges. But they should not do that. And then your wife say, go to OPDs. What your friend Confederation? Sorry, Free Kolebu. For your hospitals around this country. Say, Paul Emily and the typhoid fever and Ghana. Because of Paul Admotre.
92.
One person in Papa Kufosi, you terminated Zoomlion contract. Yinedi, within a Didiane, you better terminate 2 contracts. Sanya Yano. Yesuro nyame.
There is a research team a team of professors, right? Kwame, will go through their reports shortly. And they will tell you the level of losses, economic loss, on my way, a car year book, and this car year lose because of sanitation and co-yield. Jamaica not say. Now, from the year 2000, basically the year 2024, calculate it. From 2000, basically 2024. How many years?
That's 24 years.
24 years. Ghana has spent almost close to $1 billion on sanitation. Yet look at our condition. And yet now you break it down, you catch it, I will say. Even the World Bank in 2018, a sponsor on my way say yenye the friend Garrett project. $350 million are what devoted them on my way. You see, you used to 40%. In the year 2023, there were no disbursement at government of Ghana a year for that particular project, right? Subsequently, Abaisi in 2024. I mean, moving forward a year back, ABC 2026 year you woman. Even this year, disbursement to be a my. It is cutting in our heaven. Tikano, you should know, a cohefa. What is the impact? Are we building a nation a year propel say or mine ye be building the akoyenim, and now we are just interested in merely criticizing and bringing people down. Dear Manasseh Azura wouldn't yena for more than almost 10 years. Ogusu anajin yina ne say or person bring it Zoomlion Ghana Limited down. It will go nowhere. It should stop the silly things and let us focus and build this nation. Manasseh Azura wouldn't, and now he was writing a lot of rubbish on Facebook. Let me ask Manasseh Azure say anopeya ye kase ala jobola na ababegu no wono da baba besesada wo Manasseh Azure wuni come from his house and clean the street of Accra. Assemblies na mo si yemfasika ne mo no mo cleaning na sanitation enye ye. Would the assemblies have the capacity ala jogata ni mu na enye bola na ye mu man who will go and clean it? Which company do we have in this country also what capacity obe cleaning our environment? Bola ya nsuo to ya expose ye ni nyina no Manasseh Azure wuni se owo company ye the contract man ye man adwuma obetimi ya clean the street of Accra any Ghana. Please respectfully and some hunu bi ho no ma ye nyai Zoomlion onye perfect onye angel but the just under 1 year ye cancel the contract nyina we are seeing the effect as a country.
Yeah.
And then where is Manasseh Azure winning? And he sit on Facebook and still has the audacity to be writing nonsense. Looks as if say, wakasa wa maini mwa wobia ankasa. Manasseh Azure winning is not a repository of knowledge ahead of anybody. Woni myansanche wobia. Yaji Zoomlion contract, nobody cares. Me, I don't care. But yaji contract, what has been the effect? For the last 1.5 years, Sikabia Nankasasi Yadiko, the West Management companies, the private ones, Yadinina de Magana buying through the district assemblies.
Yeah.
Yet a common fund 10% Eddie Abeka hold their mom. What is the effect? And then what if Facebook catch say, wow, we better flood the home, and the contractor come Zoomlion beyond UAT. You are an enemy to the state because the over 8,000 householder and there, when we are affected, ye dredge gatters, ye gatters, ye proper, some of them could have been avoided. What is Hana will trust him who would this answer? Nigeria, federal government, and the Zoomlion are signing over 30 years agreement. Yetihana yesi Zoomlion ye konfo ye mpeno mani obeye adwumade ama o man no. Zoomlion is operating in 30 African countries right now as I speak to you. Sremi company ba ko a owo Ghana ha in terms of waste management. Ye the contract money na obetimi aye adwuma more than the Zoomlion Ghana Limited. The cost have failed. Any sanitation as a country, it is far higher than Sikakwa Editua Zoomlion. Obi afa bola sinifia Zoomlion beba bepra. That has been the mantra. Zoomlion ma ye no kwame na cholera ekunkrofo in this country. Ye de san ye de kwasinya ntachi ye gu Ghana football ye bibia basa. We collapse everything. And obi antimi nka ho asem aso obi asuro ekrom hada so kabrofo wunim nyansa chen obia. By the mere fact that you are speaking grammar, ye found so wunim nyansa chen obia. Because yet has ye say there is no company with the needed capacity. Our best savage the situation na ye hu say. Na wan kasa nsuo to na bola no air treban wo bia wo ye. You don't get scared and throughout the whole day agency me monitor Manasseh Azure winning on his Facebook. Writing a lot of write-ups. And at the end of the write-up, you ask yourself that, what is the end point to this?
I was seeking to point to one particular place.
Huh? End point, then now person watch TV. What is it? Zoomlion say Agye the contract. Yenye the contract. Ejuma ni so onye biem.
For 1 year now.
1.5 year now. 1 year ejuma ni biem. Efini many, right? What's the baby? 1 year ejuma in other countries. Why come back and attack him again as a journalist? Editorial policy be na the year ejuma. Continuously, you've subjected one particular Ghanaian indigenous company all grow out of the boundaries of this country. Unnecessary accusations, unnecessary sabotage. Are you not a citizen? Ufri says Zoomlion abo mine kronwa. Paniko jina kote. Bola ya Ghana ni biye huwa. Na watiem, Ala jobola na ne gunsunim. Ne free him fa neba. Ensuo ye to ye bakayogo. Woko agbobulosi ne mpate mua. The level of filth, a fear a tabo bulosi. Anopa you be ko vegetables akodi wofi. On my way ya yetimi. Institution be no one my way more so that you yen juma ye 100%. Abaya juma ko be ya. Compare the bay, abaya corporation be na or what this country ya. Also no you yen juma to perfection. Any human institution be no mistakes be den. Ebeba all that you need to do and it's all be correct ni akoyenim. Yeni ye di Zoomlion wa to tan crew we mu no. 30 other African countries abefariko. And then we call Nigeria, the whole city of Lagos. One more sanitation same a Zoomlion there. Go and read on the internet. Lagos kesiye na da hono. And the kesiye kra ni Ghana kra ya yepen. Zoomlion na manage bibia. Esesa wo mumra. Ghana company. President Kufuor Boaye in 2006 ma Zoomlion buy. Ya said that say ye mu Zoomlion. Ya you okay there? Please, respectfully, it doesn't make sense anymore. Until young train say you been your national health emergency. And some who say Zoomlion so on
emergency in Eba.
Emergency in Eba, cholera in Eba.
Yes.
Are we okay? As a people, you okay there?
After floods, the next national disaster Eba, a disease outbreak, either cholera and also typhoid. Because the way you may see kono, vegetables na ensure a fire no. Mamina wakwa boka. Edi ni dwete ina akwakofa nneoma edi aba no on share ma flood ni fa nkosa nti so ma start horo ho mo beton enwa no mo bone washing o agbosi o ya horo cabbage ho ya horo carrot ho ya beton aman ye bedi
carrot den so far no
ya horo aman
ye beton egu atecheni mu no ensu e ba nyina sebe ejanan ni ade nyina ye den efra
ya bone washing
toilet ni ade nyina afra nso wo wie no dwomfo ma no wo suo so mbebo kaju wo hohoro ne ma no ho wasan akotwa bedi
odi ni sika nyina na akofa nneoma ndi aba oben
hospitals ni nyina e wo Ghana akra hakra nko a yemfa akra ha nko a hospitals e won kra Kolebu Rage 37 Police Hospital any hospitals aka ni nyina wo mo ye waste yemfa na obdeko
first no mo de fra the regular waste no mo de gunsuom kra first na ekọ eponum. Oh, Kolebu.
Let us be serious as a country.
Inti se say no. Contract ni Agye. Yes, fair. Inti we bisa who says always ni say emfa ne ko. Mo bisa mo.
And he has the effrontery and the guts. Manasseh Azura wuni asem da America. And I don't fear anything. Some America na asem no pay criticizing a colleague journalist. Right? And he had the guts to question the fact he said Zoomlion is still controlling the waste management sector, right? Because assemblies ni nyina no echo back to Zoomlion. Na one more rented trucks. Does that even make sense?
Na assemblies on obi,
right?
Obi an komo kwa jefe.
Cars ni kwa ni different baller. Na assemblies ni obi ana. So one more obi a and komo kwa jefe Zoomlion. Landfill site kwa be ye problem. Baby a wo fa baller ne kwa ye be kwa koto baller ne gu kwa no. It has become a problem in this country. In a country where simple things are not made simple. You sign contracts. The sweepers, one person be a buying any Zoomlion, assign say under the YE model, right? Ye fan crofua ebe prapra ye mountain so. And under the agreement, Ghana buying akase. Look, nipa biya ye be fani biya no, ye be spend 850 Ghana cedis. E wo nipa ne ho. Then 850 cedis na ye be spend wo nipa ne ho. Mami breakdown. E move 500 and I think 59 or so. 559 cedis. Echo Zoomlion ho. Then I think 250 or 220. Eba nipa na all proper kwanye ne ho no ehu. Now the whole conversation no surrounded the fact that Zoomlion and yet realistic on winning nipa ho. E de ntia nipa wa prapra wa bonten so ni mom no. Ono no ye money 250 cities. Agreed. Right? This is a reasonable question. It says so bisa. Say nipa na ojina bonten na all prapra say ye bu nadwuma wo ya. E de ntia wo prawie ye money 250 cities.
258
cities.
592.
Now 592 cities.
Yes.
Ako Zoomlion ho,
Yes.
right? So ubisa say 258 cities, you know. E ko nipa no prapra no e make sense. E to asumupa. But Kwame, what you need to know is that Ghana and Ghana by the minimum wage. Say eneya obi asori nipa ni say me kwakodi pa e de aba. Right? Pedie na nipa no kwakodi no. Ghana ha no aban na nkasa minimum wage was setting it to what amount?
21 cities.
21 Ghana cedis. Enti say wo kan nyina kra boma. E nipa na wo prapa ni say wo de Ghana aban minimum wage. And ye adwuma kra. Ankasa say ye tua no 169 cedis. And no 200 cedis cry. Yet we are paying that sweeper no 258 Ghana cedis. Right? Then the argument of 558 was a saying na Zoomlion no enya no, right? Or say or the biton near ma womo de prapra. Praya womo yusu empaboa womo she safety boot and tari e she womo nyina, right? And no be no de ye. Ana fe wono ankasa ne service charge nso ye den. Ewom. And we say Zoomlion ye demon. Edientia wo befa the bigger part of the money. Now the ketwa ne dia eden. Edia madi pa na wo prapra. There is something at your friend overhead cost. Return on your investment. Why? Ka na nipa ne prapra wia obaba be fam ran. Ka ni tofu welo. Sa fu no accumulation yen charge mfa nkasa ade we. Dey make cannot say. Vehicles no de pick baller no. Se bi say ya eye company na nkasa ka. One charge aban. Into those costs, you know, and kasa niema we ho. Into for all you know, no crowd be crowd Zoomlion no boka. But what me can trust as a company or boka. And I this idea where you be debate in this country. And I continuously, ye see Zoomlion consul sa yengu adwuma no, and ye guno. Se Ghana buy na woni Zoomlion air sign contract no, or drink Ghana ni na war prapra no ho. Why will you set your minimum wage at that level? And it is not as if say baka Zoomlion no the two kosi local government minister so. And our finance minister be so. They all sat around the table and then they agreed. Two of us.
Why you so nice and so issue contracts?
Why you cry? Why you? National Youth Employment Authority. Contract now you demand one more proper. One more issue.
Why you letterhead signed by the CEO?
Why you letterhead? And there was on the CEO will not sign it. So what are we talking about? And when this issue started coming up, Obia Yedina Manasseh Azura Winnie, a propagating ya just because we wanted to see baby aside you webe kwakodu. What's Zoomlion short changing the sweepet? Zoomlion Gia Jumani be or some of the assemblies are on Juma. Where is the one supposed to regulate Zoomlion? And in the Juma warrior. Please, respectfully, and you may be what yeah. When it is shared hatred. Said deliberately, yen said way, assume as we are Jumano. It doesn't make any sense anymore. Mama yen can no crime fan tray who as a country.
Today, we are mounting a campaign of cleanliness to make Accra one of the cleanest cities in the sub-region, in the whole of Africa. And that begins with you and your mindset.
This opportunity to commend the government for its interest in sanitation, commend the staff and the leadership of the Ministry of Local Government. People must prepare our minds that we want to keep our cities and environment clean.
Of Adanse Asukwa video no, my yin for Patrosa report we ever credit Emma Joy News for Joy News for TV a friend of Emmanuel Bright Kweku and the Kwesa video we. Video ni tape ni hona intiadia.
Immediately behind the abandoned hospital. When Joy News team visited the sites, the miners were actively excavating the land, laying pipes connected to mechanized borehole and pumping water to dig and wash for gold. At least 3 excavators were sighted actively pillaging the earth crust for the mineral ore. The muddy sludge from their operations creep into the presence of the hospital and homes close to the sites. The illegal operation happened under the full glare of local government authorities, as the site is only located just 500 meters away from the district assembly and the district police headquarters. Assembly member for Bojosango in the area, Ejekum, is distraught over the illegality. Where the illegal mining is happening is disheartening. It is right behind the Agenda 111 project. This hospital was to help us get access to health care. When we approach the miners to demand that they stop the illegality, they tell us they have the mandate to mine.
President, and nothing you talk about my president because president say say. Oba omo ayachi omo krebe yi omo amoma ba ye omo guarantee say and Galamsey ni de ya obi anu obetimi aka ho asem to wo yetemamuni that's okohu a na ja waka wanu atum.
The residents had hoped that the facility would soon open, but are now worried over the environmental implications of the mining activities on the facility.
Yeah, what adanse sukani any hospital kesiye bia eti nyame adawro ma aban obetwa mu no.
We don't have any major health facility in Adansia Sokwa. Through the government, we have this Agenda 111 hospital, but Galamsey has taken over the lands.
Agenda 111 Maso, the other Galamsey, a son say, a police for office, assembly.
The Galamsey is happening close to the police office and assembly, but nothing seems to be happening to stop them. The traditional leaders should step in.
The district assembly is yet to comment over the development in the area, as residents insist on safeguarding the hospital facility. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Brightkweku.
Agenda 111 hospital. Nana Kufuado, say OC ne bawumia. Na ohwe mfoni na o se akaban na wia ne sa, wa wie hospital na no. And now hospital site say just about 200 meters from the hospital ye to Galamsey. Na near ya say just about 500 meters from the municipal assembly and ye to Galamsey, and 500 meters from the police headquarters. Ewo adanse asokwa eye oboase asem ne yeken. Eti DC mampani Mahama edna call se MC no. On Jimmy kan kire say sa Galamsey a ekosu onim hubi. District police commander no ontimi kan kire say sa Galamsey a ekosu onim hubi. Na rebi ase na meka no say aban wei eya aban a eye serious a se omampani na oteso no omampani a oye serious a ankendra join news for report iba abontin saka no pay yenya krata say aban ayi DC na di anase aban ayi regional police commander no so adi enne hospital na ye si na mobile mo meto aso esi wo no afei the hospital ho 200 meters iti so mo bu ensuo e de ye illegal mining na ensuo no mo wo shi wi a eba hospital premises so and he saw the video iti aban no aye deeply involved or you're not deep in the crisis. Now I'm suspecting say be a DC you know either say Galamsey site no ne dia anase wajiska ho because say Galamsey site no ne dia na say onyi sika e o minus ne ho a there's no way aka oye DC na MC a obetena say na 500 meters from your office na ye illegal mining with impunity. Excavators miensa ne ye gum ne ye tu na wasore adware kwa adwuma na wo hwe na wadware aba na wo hwe na police command na so koba na wo hwe. Very sad, and that is the unfortunate situation in Ghana we find ourselves. And then okoboase ne bottom a na napoku maame ewu ya ekwa yie am say early this year say late last year no masa oboase yekofa ayi amanchem ne brofu ayi aduane edenom ne ade masa krom kra ne yetuo krom brono mu kona nuba koni excavators woni yetu ya kwan ho pe baby a sa dam water dam bi no say dase no be hu ni din say jimisu o so ya kono ne ye bobon chance nti say e be si dan a so no bobon chance ni twa ho no ne ye bobon chance nti ne ka say on be project ne say dey project Galamsey no Galamsey e won suom ye bobon na twa ho te say dia ye be project won kra ha ye bobon chance ni twa ho no ye ko tu mining enti ne mo hwe ama Galamsey yakoso mumu mamua mene Galamsey na kwa kodu ba bia afei die hospital na Akufuado ene ba womia e hya ase no a mo ba ye mo se mo nto aso ne eni mabugu fi a o makọ na sitwe ne yawie mu nya adwuma anye no ene hospital ni gu ho eso hwe we kra na be 70-80% complete inti akaka kra bi esa ban de be ka ho na wawie oso owie ena ya convert hospital site no e dey Galamsey site na assemblyman no moti no kan o say Galamsey as ne say mampani Mahama ena amom kwan so munkotu na ono ena so mo bo say owini a omo metu na omo kura ya chi omo agum kura no obeyi omo nti omo tu a na omo tu on the others of mampani John Dramani Mahama ena assemblyman ne kan na ho no eti amu tu Galamsey no based on mampani Mahama ne orders ahode ema homo se munya te se abobaba no ne yesi jo Mahama mawini se ya pa munkotu eti no matu wira mu a ma o mate esikrum ahomu etu na omu tu wo municipal assembly na chi ani so na video municipal assembly na esi wo no video wenye ne o de wuntumi for na ye krambe kase bi a ye de ye pro amanyosem join is for na ye enti mampani Mahama se we nyina ekoso na se wo hwe Nyankopon anim na wo hwe bonsamatiko na ekwan a modi chema wuntumi enam so no se nyame ebetua moka wo nyame betua moka because ene hwe illegal mining na ekoso Ghana afedi de adu afiem udisi esore ko adwuma da bia oten officer otise Galamsey no esu gegegegegege ye adwuma obie ne window ohu se Galamsey no ekoso and he is supposed to be the chairman of the security council e was that district and municipality ho eso on kahwe se police commander ko adwuma e wa danse asoko a oten officer otise Galamsey no excavators ye adwuma oten ohu obie ne window ohu se ekoso enso moto ho mampani no amusu tenkran ono so onka hwe at mampani no aka kire say ono ne party foreign appointees to Galamsey ni bi eso beti na ontimi nchi obi a na nanoma himfa wa win aye Ghana fo adom aka say yen MP otu Galamsey si obi a Oscar Labi enu nti ye kra de sande okwan ofa so se kwan no na nya no kwan detu osan so gigi krof sika onkrofo ho momom kwan mo kutu enu nti ye twanetu e da fi kurudua mu CID friend Iyoku friend special prosecutor friend BNI friend obia friend attorney general friend attorney general no tro krata say NDC national vice chairman and national organizer otro krata kuma Iyoku for say omo ya illegal mining omo tu Galamsey ti Iyoku for hwem abuja besina Iyoku for enfre yami omo mfre abanga Yakubu but ma wuntumi ye the bail condition 500 billion cedis, that is 50 million Ghana cedis, 500 billion cedis bail condition and ye de to chema wuntumi so and right you know ya jene cars ya jene yenum cars ye freezing entire nyina ne bibia. But Omwa Galamsey no, they are still in the bush and now they are coming home to mine illegally. Enti ora Dominica Yeni any NDC aban Romonacha any man penny Mahama any NDC aban. You to amokao because samosemo de fairness say the constitution kano any justice ebeye adwuma dia. Ese se mo de atentrene eye adwuma pepepepepepe. Mo chema wontumi akogya mra no se oye Galamsey ya. Hwese kwan ye fa so edi chema wontumi asem. Ase ewiase ba wie. Gidi. Ese ye ten. Ekra mendra ye se endra ochina third. Holiday no kra na ka chema wontumi emra court ni mu anaten. What I say? And gidi and clearly no you can see say and semi we chira e push gidi say chema wontumi ko nya ka ne ya ne abon me muduam. Ase mo fa ne ko and then the whole Ghana and I a wapa na e Bank Square. Mo fa ne ko gina Bank Square abo sign so na mo pia na tiko na o me bofam na owu. Enya sa de mo fa ne ko na Independence Square. Mo fa ne modua ho na mo ntu ni to na mo nkuno. Ne ye hu sa afedi mo tanfo no enya adwo. Na senya sa de a that's my penny ma wo tena Ghana ha. Na wo appointees and na ko he ne asama aboyaye. Asa 2022 na chema wontumi enye anything mining and MPP no jaye Samra boy 2022 ehwa anyiri 2023 ehwa anyiri 2024 ehwa anyiri only send this ba mu 2025 2026 and then kwa nya Samra boy and I me videos atechepa isuno aswade free Galamsey site nda ba be gu ekrom no na asefem ya reho na no be free or say gang be se aduonu e na mo shepo no mu a omudi new gangs be se aduonu aye NDC for oso mo shepo no mu a omu edi but Chema to me is being persecuted all in the name say ubunye settle personal scores and then hospital na mo buy mu sikra na dance asukafo onya baabi na mo yare mo nkogya ahwe mo si mu nsisi ho and then hospital anya me won say ade be che be da be soro no na omatu adan ni nyadu adan ni nyina agu atu Galamsey wase. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised say yen dan soro da krono no mo the excavators atu hospital ni nyina atu agu ama omatu Galamsey e hospital na say because honey baby impunity no e kwa kodru baby of mine ye kwa kodru no na emu oya na emu owerem na we adra man penny Mahama kujina say oh yeah Thanksgiving about what? Thanksgiving about what and for what? And then what Thanksgiving na man penny ye and then what Thanksgiving and a man penny then na sanka man penny is sensitive to the price of Ghanaians and can be ni per to ma ba na ni per wu na ehun so ma tua media for ni bi ka omunye publication say su etoy no Ivory Coast su ayiri enipa 59 ehu ho enti no te se Ghana de no se nipa 12 na ehu a enye se nye hwe ya say I say na raf kan no muni momu ekura Ghana for mu ekura se bi wu asa nye hwe I raf NDC raf the kind o se Ghana for mu ekura se bi wu asa nye hwe enti endra ya kwose media for bi achi se omunye publication say Ivory Coast su ensu ato ama nipa 59 ehu nipa 59 wu Ivory Coast na 12 wu Ghana se nye hwe eni ti man pani betimi afrafita na ne yire afrafita na vice afrafita ne akogina ho ne abonwom ne asa ne agye ani in the name of Thanksgiving wa brea o man a wotewo o national capital ye to nsu a na nsu to a na about 60 to 70% of the land size na nyina aflade and that Thursday Ghana Met for Metro for Boyamane say nsu a beto ene e coastal and middle belt areas no ehu Ghana Met for na catch so we should expect rains and thunderstorms e coastal belt no and middle belt ene etima pani say ene sunsori tona eyiria. What is the essence of your Thanksgiving? Eni pe wu ya no e na wokoda nyame ase ana anaasɛ enipa ne nkrɔfoɔ ne ma asɛsɛ no ɛna wode kɔda nyame ase. Why are you being so insensitive to the price of Ghanaians, man penny? Why? It's why an chronicle the aba in all things we must thank God, man penny. And yeah, no, I said a buy, no. What the old helicopter and now unam him. Kona kokoshe. Who crofano body a floating on the flood. Who crofo cars flood no a bury omo. Koshan crofo them. Biako Bobesia or Max and Bobesia Ghana Haboja Fono. Biako Bobesia ni si ube 40%. Ubi di about 30. Ubi di almost 50%. No akwa J or Bobesia say or could be a sabaya and mabenya be a dinti. And I make say the irresponsibility of the government because Kao as a band the year Juma, a band is on first scanning year Juma. Because of per se $1 swati. And they are too forcing a boy sika no gudem so far nya adwuma akufo do aban pesika to World Bank asana benya musika nya meru ho kratasem oyen kratasem nyina wie sika ba sika no da ho fa ya adwuma o so fa nya adwuma because of person ka say dollar bo akofam ti dollar sa irresponsibility na dollar politics no ti ene enipa bi nu mawu man panini wi a o se nipa edunu enkru wo Cote d'Ivoire na edunu mu Ghana se nya hwe na wa pai fita na yire na ye sresre endura na me hwe videos ni di ye sresre na yire e pa cho me send video ori opa fatu so minim se me de ma opa fatu so na Ghana fo hwe man panini na yire enye device nya ye sresre ha ye sresre kura hankachi fita na ye him na ye sresre ye agi ani na Ghana fo esu etwera mo se sabre krona so no na nkrofo ebre epese ye yini pakra mo nsu afom kra yentimi nyomo yentimi esna mampani apai fita o na yire enye ne vice ne party fo ase dikatia enso ne nayi ne shirt ne coat ketua ne tie kakra na bormirim na ono nso so atwi na mu agya presidential material yese ayi pa yi se kwapo gigami ono nso so no onamu what ase enye fe enya saa na ebuman mama Ghana fo hu hiamo mama timamufo asetera hu hiamo se mampani wotima e wo doma Ghana fo a esanka ndro a wo declare state of mourning enya Thanksgiving esanka ndro a sana ba omi akan no wo declare state of emergency ne di kan na wo san declare a state of mourning ema se Ghana fo nyina obi afra tuntum ne kokko ne ntwa agyaadwo ne yensu say yeda sorry ya irresponsibility of politicians inti enipa dunum awu enkwamum kola nketekete imum penifo breadwinners enkrofo japade asay enkrofo demu ne makas ni bibia asay ti esema mpani no e declare say Ghana fo nyina yensu ne atwa jadwo efa twiatama mu yeyem na enye fita na abehye obi kan say kodan yame asay ebone na mum e wo bre bia ne ade bia yeye o ye the right thing at the wrong time it mean that wrong. Tabsia nyina sempa eguanim se research na eto abani dia na adabraka medini kwaku dawru we edwudwam on movement in the morning
na laba la hwefo nyina cheche obibia na yama woni a omahwe o magehye ewo nsuyire yimu omahwe o majapade ene wunya baabi na emum nyina so ya connection na ya sese Ewrade na bebo ho ban na amansan so Ghana for say Dr. Barumya kan no e bebo bo asafo no nja omun so atimi atenase eyiye kakra ti ade obi ase onyansam no bebre anora Thanksgiving service Galamsey ekoso ewo adanse asokwa Galamsey no ebra na na do no ba no me ka se ekun Galamsey me suggest me dissolution bi ba obi antie me kan se person etimi tu Galamsey asia e simple ahemfo yenyu mo nkasa se asantema da ho ye otumfo na ya asantema awurai otumfo ka se ohin bia me hunu se ye Galamsey wasase so metu a ekon Galamsey no e ba din ho
otumfo so watubi what to be so
and I can say regional minister bia
our region you don't say Galamsey koso no you be ready police commander bia you be say we regional police commander Galamsey koso you be ready district police commander you will say district because you be ready MMDC is you be say mo district Galamsey koso you be ready sa de we senkaban no de adwuma Galamsey bia kentu ase de but ka kofom because regional minister bia no betina wa yan hwe han say koye Galamsey nenti e meyi nadi anase MMDC bia no betina se koye Galamsey na wo Galamsey nenti ye meyi madi wo metu hu anama but yan fa ne sa
na no ohene ba ko experience say akono de omu modua yema traditional area bia yetuma ne wo ho no good ani so bia mu fa enkubodua no ne ade ne hwe bi sinam se na ensuoi samu de etuma de kra kan so ni na se ni so ya yentu mu jidu sa aboso mutimu de
se bra ma dwan yakopɛ ba bi fufura
ama pɛ ba bi akɔkrɔtena because one who say monye responsible some bebo my ho ban
ana ya jeja ye ho ana ade ya koso na ye ekoso adanse asokwa no ho say ye o DC ho ni o police commander ho
assembly na chipe no mutu any police commander
police headquarters
Eric Pacho beti the video no aba
enti je say obi ani obetima be catch say police phone ni ho hwe DC
officer or excavator 500 meters there same
behind the
egu ho adan na egu ho no e na ya agenda 111 no enti no odi video ne kɔ nanim na no assembly no so beba na e dey achenti e na e kɔ so yi hwɛ green vegetation kama
na mo say no no ana mo say nti obetwa e ba nanim a ubehu assembly dan no na wahwe enti we mo wo ni nyina na eba hospital ho na assembly ho o se so ni ba assembly ho eba hospital ha enti hospital na almost done na so hospital say yes esi we dey akakitu
tata ha enti Eric Macho jina ho okay ha Macho jina ni assembly ni assembly dan ni
na MC as o MC
resident wo ho no na police commander no police commander na wo na nti Galamsey site no so na wo no so ho no
na motu we ho
nti ote ho a wo hu
na tete de kwaso kra wo kra otu adwuma kra
wo ote ni nyina hu ni nyina
jamo ebam na mo hwe na ade we ekoso na wo ye ntimi ntan wo na se de assembly ma kan yi enu anu no because ebra na ye nanado eye se odi ne presidency beto ho na odi akun Galamsey no na John Mahama so enum chire hwebo se moti se yabobo aba na wie no madi nkunim pa obi ansa nko site nko yadwuma nti asa no odwa yakoda ha yie no wuye no odwa nso ori ebele mo nya bia bafie obi so wokun obi so hwebo se mo de monto aba no mame monto aba no mame ya mema mo akoye ana ye wie abedu sampempenso aye wumi na ye eya eni se ni tan enti Joma Mahama so de chema untumi betum ba me dia me de wo chema untumi asemi hu ni se o man ka so odi ewu o man ka so obokro no o man ka so okofo obi ri na emom se o de na sase ne concession ama obi eye Galamsey na se Galamsey no eye boni e wo Ghana dia edi anti na president Mahama wo so appointees eye Galamsey no mo de o mchi wo mo edi anti ana Dominic Anyini was Abanga NDC and Joseph Yamin eye Galamsey omo de mo nka wo mo hwe edi anti ana dansa sokwa assembly nchan omo ye Galamsey na de mo nka hwe na se kani titimire no mu a na sase pai na nipa ko wura mu na bia anka bibi betumi asi Ghana ha nanso Jemba chema wuntumi bia no obia ne nsa wo mu chema wuntumi asemi mu bia no obenya hu sunsanso da bi wanya ne na obenya ne kyena because se kwadu amode bo no se wadina sase mo bia ye Galamsey entimusum di ne betum na mo hwe e ma Galamsey no kosu sei dia ene na mo ye nipa bonefo ankasa na mo ma wiase nyina hu se ɛyɛ tan na mo tan chairman wontumi ana mo pese mo ba power no mo di ni tum keke na mo pase bi di akyekire no ana mo anya sem bi amfa akyekire no mo ye mo anya bi no mo ko fa we ba so de na sase am obi so nya Galamsey because Galamsey no mo ba ye mo jai enti ana concession na mo so de ma obi a we ye Galamsey wo so no then obi ba ka say gang be 20 and over and egu so ye adwuma enti sa gang 20 no ne akyire no e chairman wontumi di ana e chairman wontumi gang no enso mo hwe asase no yenkokuru nkoto baabi a by na de mo ba power de asase kro no anti a mo di chairman wontumi gira court na mo ba mo ti mo pose kwan bia so mo di ne betum asase kro ya so ena nkrofo ye Galamsey wo ho ene de mo ntumi nkan ho hwe mo hwe om so mo de om nye na mo se obi di asase na mo obi ama nipa no kra o se di asase ma no so de onim no chairman wontumi so onim no nipa so onim chairman wontumi but I say you tree Yesu no. O ma bom tim person bobo na senuem. Enti wo ko pa dance kunu mu fo bebre bai. Asem no o mo kan fa. But still am say bobo na senuem. Na no munim so mo bo Yesu asenuem awie. Ama abaya genkwa ama nipa. Ebi na mo de ye chema wontumi no. Na mu hwe yie. Ensunsanso abeba mo so no. De ya ne se hu. Na me hwe Nigeria movie bi. Ti sa de o mo ye chema wontumi a. Di ni tan ya kumobi na ewie nsunsan so aba krono so no na innocent people mo kromo na nchese ko mu nim sa de no hwe no na mo so fa bi ebi na president Mahama ne NDC for person mo yete ma wontumi no na kire nsunsan so abebo man so no ebi a yanyina be so fa bi ene na hagin no
enti ene no yesi ehwe nim se flood no besi
and then eso be appoint
mu say iso beto
eso be appoint em kofi
na unim wa wi chairman untumi asem no that's where Eric Pacho ma send you video bi na Eric the video ni beto so o say iso ni toy ni yiri no o say videos bi buy na iso no epia bola de breye de kwa bonti men crofo ka say Ghana fo suban Ghana fo so mpacho enye Ghana fo suban mo ne cheche ni enfantreo NDC aban bae no na Zoomlion any why e wo contract na sa contract no efiase president Kofo Breso ema president Kofo e dey sa contract no ma Zoomlion ema mu fa nipa prapra krom na mo yi sesi monte so ne ya san so abola ntubon se wo ane the container besi wo no sesi John Mahama aban bae o ma twa sa contract no na we are told say omo the contract no so omo the scanner ko assembly and ha video ni nti abusia hu we a no be catch us say Ghana for suban be ba cho Ghana for suban e ka ho de na mo we anye Ghana for suban
we ball na sisi ba bia sanke omo kofa
Ghana for suban enne
akotwe kro
enne baller e wo kro mu nyina agu ho because aban etwa government any Zoomlion contracting ena odi contract no akọ assembly ena we are told say omo the sa contract no ama NDC for NDC for no so eni akande a omo de besesa ewura no etiene erekubetumi ayi etiene NDC for no the contract no e dey ama omo ho ena ma boys ne paade abobo ya twetwe ewura no aho ya for no twe a ni akohwe agu
na abobo ya nko kwa timbu ni kwam no agya ho otu na abobo ya no okọ
na no gu ho patom no akohwe agu konam ena ese dampesa ayi efense Ramsey site abobo bi e wo ha tu kwa na de akoguo ne agye 20 series e de fele baby ensu etetata no enti sori toyi na akoto bi nyina na dinam krum
na bola de
enti e wo mo say Ghana for suban ka ho de na mo ye
ni kase de aban nu suban
aban no a
aban nu suban nye Ghana for suban
mo ko bisa say sa contract na aban ni Zoomlion wo no egusu ho ana na nasibre me na mercy treatment plant any waste management plant
na me de sabola kugu
na me de sabola kugu na me treat recycle
oso ma me se sabola ni biwa
oso ma me se bi ma o sabola betri da ba
never anya kwasu di na so fa bola kugu me
na no me bomba dia obi was a video no fa send me there is a video I'm say tema ho baby nasibre so who abobo ya for asalai me kwa me say ha fa weja ho makati weja ho sorry na dey do you that say
dey
ni ni obi was a video no offer send me
na bobo ya no fa bola na
me say na bobo ya be 500
ano akosala ho na
omo pe ya ko hwe
o ba wo hwe be ngu kwanche ba bi no nsan confess afoforo
wa me number a was a video no me here pacho me here pa was a video na fa send me sisia sa bobo ya video na bobo ya excellence na mo ko conference no o wa fa send me that's why me this one sa video na me say obi was a video no fa send me offer send me me number no sisia hey that's why video na abobo ya for saline omo kope baabi ahwie ehura bola ediagu omo nya ensa abobo ya we odu abontina be odu abon no hwe benkum no hwe nifa na obi ani ho a so aka agu no kono
nka no odi kwa akosi wo be se 1 week ansana onya baabi ahwie agu no oni di 1 week no ntolo kwa akoja agu baabi no okọ no baabi no okọ no aye free na wa mo chese mo si na nakufu ado koji sika se ewo we bank so de be yewe ene we dis kan fine ko sin anei mo tra mo twaye ahụ chese minim andi sine de se wo kam ho asema hwe ya wo de akoma ya wo be kan se miyen sese nipa ka omo kutabo nsam subi a odwene ho awonti ase chese omo tuwan ma chichi asem de ato obi so se mo ba power na jonjina pa ko gina ho container 3500 ayira wo tema port chese omo ka tere Ghana fo nyina se MPP fo awia containers a transformers ni ho niam awo mu 3500 akotonwadi miwa na moboa ena mameye ena sika $350 million ekufa do kwaji ena omo kan to the sense mampani oti akonya so yi ono na ne odi animu ana omo kan nsemu a chese enye me NDC de Rollins wa ha Ghana papa na senka nyame ma ne tena se che no mo di na tem che di na tem kakra bia no osu na senka nyankopon ma ne tena se che no mo di na tem pa no hu boni odi abedi Ghana
okay
na ha dwene oh na mo be twa tro se na na kufa do kwaji $350 million o ma ba be chase Canada
okay
mi wa sika no so da ho
okay go on the video na send me na go on the me nka hwe
odi yari abesa
the so no na akofa eyidi aba we no aduane ko ke pacho go on the video na bana me the video na ma
serious o hwe NDC for so
yes hoye wager school road
wo musubanya wo dwene ho a wonte ase se wo nko ano ye bo mo firi nifa e no mbegu Ghana a chese adwemboni wo mutimi sa a mutimi di tro pa tu nipa so wonu nim se ase ma make e tro wonu anim se wo di atro but na ho tim fifiri na wo di atro di ato ni nipa so se be no
enti se aban ni pese o solve flood situation ni dia na di kan o se contract na o di ama NDC for so munye na muntimi nye because omunni akade dabi enyewe mu de mo fa ayini bra enyewe ya abobo ya we ye ha edi abusafo afena o de bra na be hebi aha ti abobo ya ti we and the we say you we aha we eju ahu o ha abobo ya no
ye huni ye nkakane o fa na port a kaza akofa koko efi akurasi aba no ene sansu sei ene de bola
yenya because aban etwa Zoomlion contracting tene NDC for na ato abobo ya ye di ama ye ho na ye di eye ti video no be yi we enya asem ketwa o enya asem ketwa na hu a o video me am so technically obeyi oyi ni nyina ha o de hwe obeyi akosi ba bi omo kohwie gu no be wahu se di sitie yes enti obi catch us say e Ghana for suban patro ya ban ni suban
no de nya Ghana for
ade na video yi gina yi e be ko oboa o so ni kro be yi mo de mo fam kokro bo tintim so ye be yi what I say enti we me nya asem kitwa o da se nya asem kitwa o he afi da de ni wo tutu mu kra be yi me say amma me kwan na ka baako ye kohwie ball egu ene bibiribi Eric wo de bra me ho na ye hu adwuma na san ye be san yi ye be yi na ti na special fe de wa hu
ma hu awreho
eti cause of flood no any ball na mo hu say go fi no we ya
enye nipa ne kotutu
one baby obutugu no enye ho na esi adigu two nipa no bi so esa ball na on fa ngiri ha
na bi no hwe gu baby a
hwe be gu hwe for bi na wa ka gu no kono baby o hwe a no wa ka gu no kono baby eti se ensuo to na ensuo no pie yure ni nyina na akosum gata na no na ebu afa so na ewura nkrofo adem eti sa flood abai mpani Mahama enfa nkose natural disaster human made man made
bi ano so operate nyankopon so
we man made disaster NDC made oba guide project abeto ye no wo se won to aso because akufo adna sha ase sika no da ho o de $1 akofam o wie so a si ayi so a watwam ene nkrofo eden ebre pato o wie a fa video ni to so ti da se we dey ye we
serious
na wada no ho ayaba na bo Ghana force bo
we Ghana for mo bia na mo to ball Ghana for nyi ye to ball gu basa mo a na mo aye na akofa sa hawi abreye but enura me ade ba ko ne pese ye hwe ho asem ka enura mo say the National Day of Prayer na say thank
oh ayi mi video it me ye pa wie ya na nka mi me free ho me ya
na person ka ye wi ansa na ye call Thanksgiving no so
na nka
ye tie no free ho na nka ye call Thanksgiving no so
na the video
enura ade na e call so Ghana ha no Ghana for ye ho sere NDC for ho sere joma ma ne ho sere yankasa seriously ne ho sere yankasa
Eric mami fa we ma ene se o de mami fa we ma na wa ye na o de atuso no
ha ayi madam fu bi e kan ye Masemos because nsem ha pa and Mahama ne NDC because kwan mo fa so na omo eye niema wo mari mu no wotena se na odwene ho a na we si mo nim ena du famo tu famo so ani na kwanya ya
so weja ha yi awo enya kire kura weja ha yi ha abowo ya no omo ko conference abowo ya ko conference bola this is the kind of abaya yakoto aba e di amano woka ne ya becho woka ne ya becho
Ghana papa
Mr. Techimi da se
say nyame ti so ho
Mr. Techimi da so no so
ofia o man Ghana for a no arusuniti nyame be hwe Ghana for pa se koto aba ma adwoma ha ma oto wa no arusuniti
ayo bia ho onwa etiam for we
Ghana for dey ha mo
one of the major causes of flood na esino one of the causes it is why hwa bobo ye ya san line ya fa no be hwe bola na
egu fa ade be 500 down mu kan
awo ya papa che doso o san line betimi ya se fi circle ha ekosi
just pig farm
and then one day
oh be che se fi circle o de wa hwe
ena da bia wo de bi be ka ho so
ti wo
da bia bi be toa so
amu
da bia bi be toa so
na o ya ban na say businessman o Ghana na wa invest sika na o na ban o contract no akoton fidie na Zoomlion ya Agye ayi oko other countries o de oba ya aburo ti any party semunti watwam hwe ebi na ndro na papa yi eken drip efidie ya say drip yi sika esi e de mo no 400,000 Ghana cedis oba also fa mo what they why 4 billion and o de ama contract and the amount party for some ko reshaping wa bra boka ato hwe o se kwan so nyina yu adagu kwan
nka o mo kwa
gugu nyina tan what I say ti ne ekoso no ti obi ka cho se ayesisi adapa na akofa ball bia papa onum nyansa obi obeka sa bia onum nyansa
chese oye penin toto
what I say
oye penin toto aga
obi obeka sa ayesisi adapa sika any their evidence they actually mantia stimatia evidence no they actually we are civil society we na self check on ourselves now bisa questions and it's a civil society now we here no dey bua ba we asi abobo ya na sabola e do abobo ya be 500 asa line so moko conference Steve Martin to wanije wanije
na sa bola kai kura na we ba ku ya abobo ya be 20 be ko ba ku enti nkawe mtantantan ye sankwa yin keni ho well nyame tiase another national day of Thanksgiving is a prayer is a one. President Mahama ni end this for omo ye nyatwum hypocrites. And Ghana suffer being so a hypocrites. And this for a hypocrites. I know and suffer no so don't know a war marry muno omo ye hypocrites omo ye nyatwum for. And then Isaiah chapter 29 verse 13. Okay, assembly. Or say na Awurade say esan say o man di wa no fafa na aban mi na wo di wa no fafa na di mi na wa akoma de wo ye firi mi nkyɛn ekɔ akyirikyiri Yesu also sa etia sem kroya mu Matthew chapter 15 7 and 8 and Mark 7 6 say nya atwomfo entina Isaiah ka mo ho nsɛm say o man di na no fafa na sumi na akoma de atwa firi mi ho kɔ akyirikyiri hwɛ de anura President Mahama ne yiri ni vice president mokoye no ele ni muguase ankasa emamu ele ni muguase emamu ankasa ya mokoye ni nura no mo akire se muni atinka ema Ghana ni a oniska omani bu amewu ye mu fre tuntum oni ayi woni ka oni pa nwotwe plain crash ba ye no mu fre tuntum and also President Mahama also why you so down untimi mu man no vice president abebu man no me nipa nwotwe enso idie enipa ba 15 eno kwai no bahu de ya hunu no enu achi no enkrofo japade ya asasai enya sam ketua ene de mfa ho ene de mfa ho oba hyase me oma mesi endra as media houses ni bi achi aye story say sorry for Cote d'Ivoire kra nipa 59 yewu o say atinka pa muni atinka ma the ordinary Ghanaian no a moko da no ma no to abama mo no sanka ba muni pa na wu ya say bia ba muni pa ba ko pa na wu ya anka no anka munya de mu yeye na mo akogina ho na mo bo nsiri hehe na mo sa abra o ma no wo ahonyehia kese semu omo say ade nyina mu yamfa sida nyame de nanso atorancham to nyame ma wo mu fra yituma ebi transum edi awreho di ya wasu abra extra time na hema epe Mordecai yakunu atodiza for na se no wo mu efra kuntunkuni
afena record me a video no ho adwuma nti video ni video ni
to fra yituma
omo bofita white
and omo sutre awrade o man kasa di nyina yamfa na se ma awrade
na ya bring handkerchief no na ire ani ya bring yi handkerchief se ni ketia so ne ko tu ketu ne tai kakraka na bone mirim ana se mo gina ho a mo di asa
na mo bo ye we hwe me nyo obi a me na metime achese we yeso papa nya se we nyeso papa ba hwe bible si dua na ba eni di hunu dua kro wo ye sofo a enso hunu di enti a wo ye nyam ye adwuma se wo ye sofo enti na bible say pemu ka no kre na bre se ne bre nsim anka mo fra mo say mo mra me enko ye we no ka sofo na se tu president fo say papa bibia wo ne bre situation e wo mu yanhwe na yanyi nipa no nkwanwie iwia ye be de nyamnyase but mudi akire na moto nyum na monsa no obi etensu ani obi funukura ye nhuni ano de mo nwine ho Ghana sofo no bebre so ye nya atwom ankasa nya atwom pa sofo no bebre nya atwom but mo hu se onyame tesuru a ohwe mo eniema na mo ye no Ghana ha no a modi nyame din eye niema bi ensem fata no nyame hwe mo because I come say enipa kwa hunyenye mu ye say anu na godon bi say ye huru niema modi akoma wo no mo enipa atorenche ba tuwo mu say agebeti an say o na aban edi mo say wodi mattress wodi we ebesin na ye huru bi
okay say ensuo eyi fa voter for bi akosomo dam
sa na do time
hwenie man na akufo ado aban any state agency said koye
enumpo
na hwe ensimhunu a jifa gomashi
esa kekan
jifa gomashi na hwe ensimhunu a jifa gomashi ne okujeto ablakonom ekan ye Ibrahim Mahama or the trailer eswa mo mackerel esichire mattress ene niema ene o de ko voter region ene ko ma voter region for ene de nso ayi grafo yesemo de monyamunya edokunu
tito
ejena monti Ibrahim Mahama ka but nso ayi have any days ni
say 5 days
how say Ibrahim Mahama wasa esichire atreba ko de abobu okra
anai
wa say mampani Mahama wasa emo atreba ko de abobu okra ha entimo say jifa gomashi wa baabo ntia be ka say enkranfo nso ye nipa entimo mo wa so ku jeto ablakwa abeka bibi ya pacho ye ka asem kiremu a ya muntie
enfa nipa
ye ka asem kiremu muntie o me say ye bie akosomodam na akosomodam no sei so ye ma mebu so ena sa aban ni bie ena aban ni bie
eno kra nya say bia mo da sorry ya na bie yo
dabi
ye ma mo warning say ye bebie enje bia wo ti no enso no kwan wo ha pe ba bi fa
ena bie ye ena eno kra nkuo bia wo bia nguna mu nkrofo ne ma ne sese ya busia ekwan ya jifa gomashi ni ayi jifa gomashi titru na maame ne se okasa na ohwe na homa so ni se de oye nanim enso tumi se on de akanfo de otan akanfo akasa se odasoro no hu se kufa de president a ye ne so fa de tinse jam ekwan ma me jifa gomashi ekasa ye di gu akufa do animu ase kaseti ano ekaseti a MP masa all state agencies under MPP eco voter region at the flood relief area eco ho we are watoniema no de ko we are watoniema no de ko all state agencies under Kufuado minka kura me ka say ayidie state house in the godon no de koye ene na apia ayi virus ene mo de koye obi akọ voter region obi Ibrahim Mahama or the niema tracks akese mienso se num emo esichire mattress intadi say now the mampani Mahama no amu eso the name be egu track so e the voter region and then edu nkranfo so a ensu ayiri nkranfo no mampani tiwom semu
antefi
and okura the phone and na all hefam na o twa nkranfo mu ni and ensu ayiri mu sei nkranfo mo de okura meko na mu hia no o twa nkranfo and Ibrahim Mahama okọ me ka say bia ba na okọ ayi okọ blasters for camp me sure say baby obebo match ba na waduru ho and then yehu say Ibrahim Mahama enkanfo so yiri wo no wa say mo atere ba kokra de call jifa gomashi won kan won ma mo shedimpo because omo enkanfo ntia and then
enkanfo
so bia hu say the relief item bia mo bia odon kan say and this as a party okuye ta black no nyina wo nyina atenkra ha but say enkra for de mata be voter region there awu kan ya kan say Kufuado crab pe befu asem entina nsuo ato a onkonko hwe wo mo entina mampani Mahama ye enti obi so be right so be ka say mampani Mahama mpenkra for asem ana
sanya wo di nsem na kan toto ho di asa na agbo
because voter dey see ye no on from the ko enkra for the to no helicopter and we wiade achi ya okuran ka chi fitaa no ngere and ohim and omuhim ehim esresre
na we ya no andisi ni akotu say ade nyina mu yemfa se da
na can you imagine say
na baburu no chire
kan cry in Swafa a voter region for na de chance and answer na Kufuado say oye national Thanksgiving no wa shefita ne ayi ne yiri Rebecca shefita
na Samira
shefita na ba mi shefita
ke ya wu Ghana
abusia mo mi enya atwom no
Ghana ha
mo mi enya atwom no
enti na me wo problem wa sofo no a
mo ma enya atwom no
mo sofo no ntimi nkan tense papa ba bia aduru no eya jaadutwa ba bia aduru eya jaadutwa enti ye twa adwo ya wo hwe woni omkwa hwenye mu no na ebre bia ne de sese ye empaibo no ne aseda ne betum di abre nya me bre fufuru mu ne die enipa kwa hwenye mu ye nkwohwe asofo no mu de mu ntimi nkan kire no enti nyame adwuma na moye ne Ghana asas Ghana ha na say e de be asofudie na modi ni ha no mo ale mo asofo nya atwomfo e na Ghana ha
ekufo ado de ko Volta region yesi esua me se adapa ha me kai nuanum city FM4 omo mobilize ne mani bi omkwa podo omko sisi adan school adan ne manyina wo Volta region ho enne enkradie ba yi obi aye din because enkrafo do mu nye nipa enne nipa tinkran e ba yi obi aye din mampanin ni nuane obi aye hu so bia de bibia akọ yehu so bia akasa na kensu ayi framatemfo na kufu adete ba yi play mu na ori akona tena na oyesi kade ese dun tete ya mo be ka kire no na kufu ado afu play pa na onam na Volta League no say higher very me hesani ayi sugako peso ne hwayi emu so afani nyina no we no si no press conference nyame ebetua obia kase na dwumate na by president before ne was anyum no say if on the tattoo pa a women's fellowship for and a singing band for also obetua woka senia wadwuma yete ata say obetua obia ka obia ye bia misinya ko obia benye ho akatua enen kransuo yiri ye jifa gomashi wo hefa
ase ana ofa me ase di me message say e ba sa Captain Smart ya wono de why no ayi
akufa aro breso
no dimika no okoma lata market otimi ko bi geniema ena obubusa nse ana na radio ma lata market wo se obeje geniema koma woni omo anso akoso modi na e ko Volta no oba ha obeje
geniema me se okọ STC na o training okọ STC ko bu nkotobe wo nsuom e kan se nsu ayiri no nyame betua mu nyina aka
ena ntwe 32 no ehun sunsanso ne bia kan ye nyina no
ni asem
na ntwe 32 na mkunkum no de share fom no ehun sunsanso no na mo se mo kwaje bonsam tumi mo kwaje bonsam tumi di wini lashing wi a na mo ka se ye kobompa ya achire nyame na ase akode nyame ase mo fu se nyankopon ye si na twetwe bible si mo mo na adamo onyankopon won si na twetwe de onipa guo no enu anu otwa mo nkokuma na ntwe 32 nhye fom emfa ma wini power mo mfa ba omia t-shirt enkwahihye nsamampom asiye emfa ma wini power na mo wi ama ba ahihye white se mo kode nyame ase hwana mo dada no
yo me kan na godon
hwana mo dada no
godon ka se me bo city FM fodi no su ayi for say ayi Bernard Avle ni ayi Rich Sky so mo fi Volta Region but I don't think say nutikura aditi na o say ayi our boss some atamensa so fi Volta and o see ona mo kan Japan so kra say so the name ko Volta Region ho and name ko koma o mo ho ti ganfo mo de agya yesi da kunu meko na ka kra ni abayi amunya aka fa da kunu meko
because they say they are kra obenya die
sabre yi ana nkrafo hia da kunu meko
na no ya na bi ni da musu afa comedy ni kam ko man da kunu meko ya zanka janko de beti ni hafa o de be ni hafa
so koto die ne bodwe nyanya nche de se fa babra ma me kwa homa no sun kodin komo imreti awa na me ba ye to so high movement in the morning movement TV na me ni engineer Frederick Jan Buchi ini enkomo a member of the American Society of Civil Engineers engineer Martin come Martin hello
engineer okay
Freedom too. I come Jesse. I'm just sitting around with you or have me a cassa. Engineer, me da sa no pe waje breso no be din komo bi aboko.
Na me adom boko me tia wo tiefo so.
A tiefo Agye wo so. Na anope yaja me nim sa wonnim atwere nchema atwe o Ghana ha. Na anope Ghana metiefo so boy amane say you expect more rains if it na echo. Entina che say ye hawo no etuo nya ntwae ebetimi aye west ebi so ana enuru ho so asenyi hu ye no na enkrofo bisa say efihi ni aba bedu ba bia edui from the engineering point of view no of say the cause of this problem no e den
another me da say agedi kan ne say first of all no is your plan your readings are you ready in taking notes na overflow the problems be bring. There are so many factors a mass and a waiver. One of them near your waste management system. The other one also your drainage systems. then our planning systems. Sanyama we now put together and enema you identify say oh issue no had no safer ha any safer. So far your planning systems here yeah obey. Now we know say issue it may expand overflow. Into a bibia sa drainage lines ni na was here any say developing. Nana make say development ACC was anyama way now. Oko dansuma pamblosa. Baby I was say issue fa nkofo ko si dan wo ho. Amanfo akofele ema sa de way na boboso ema issue no kwa enko. Inti dodo so a issue dodo so a was say kono so enko. Oko tetegu a is the same thing. Ewo Accra Wager tetegu the same problem. Just we've as a nation we've turned a blind eye to a lot of things, and I believe that it's all about power and authority. But what they make around here, people know that the planning regulations exist. It's not like a new hole. The regulations are there.
Is a baby here be and she said be a baby here be is to see
I keep saying this, that what I've seen and what I've read and what I've gone through are documents ni na amine wono papa any say you got na see bibi fofo the year one ni o see enforce it. We a politician o say o ti as say aha e si dan wa ha enko si dan wo ho so to me call aban penifo to me ko je permit e be si dan blocking sua. You are not doing can I say Almighty a favor, and that has been our problem. If you share your drainage consistently, you realize that drains na you could do point be an jai. You see no corner copying your waste. Someone say yes, society your waste ni anything you see to enough carry waste no. These are some of the things any the Galamsey menace. Let me also break this down. Usha first now. Issue no daho. Awie nimu can I say ateche nimu. Now say because of those exercise now Galamsey all the silt levels ni na koso. You both issue na be to me for never say there 600 cubic volume of water no and we know aswat it naturally no it would overflow. It is so kakanya tope na broso, and that has been our problem.
As you say, what?
You see, you can't rob. The thing is, you when you rob Peter, you use it to pay Paul.
I see. Eti ensuo no kra eba no because of atechana a woman inti. Ama ensuo na kasa na I heavy that.
Sir.
Eti baby yourself and kakra bi pe na emuasi. Engineer one of the year me so many areas are obekọ nsu ato gutter no na drain na da hopa na nsu na glor kwan so what is that?
And also so this could also happen gutter na da ho but baby a block you gutter ni mu osoro ho nti nsu na take a different course aye inra india Sanya me we na to me block it issue no mbo silt ya me kan wa se me to me block it drain no it is a man yimu a there is no way the water is going to flow, and that is why we have to as a nation yenim say issue to May, issue to June, issue to July inti niam me say bi wo a wo say ye de bia that is our pre-planning is saying issue beto May inti April March, yes, starting a garden, yes, starting excavators on to trenches. Mummy and Clay, as in a bear in Suquino, and problem. Anyone that is caught throwing refuse into drains must be punished severely. It should be part of, not necessarily in prison, but community service is available where the person will be mandated to work maybe 3 weeks cleaning gutters just for pouring refuse into the gutter. These are some of the things that we should start looking at. These are pre-planning things that needs to be done. And when it's raining, how is it going to be handled? One was here from issue neighbor, no do was a neighbor. One was here boy mokoko. Now omutufi baby omote. Obia or ya debi or quiet so show to it then was here. NADMO, what are the equipment that needs to be provided to them? The military, you see, one of the good things I am taking into consideration is in the US, we have what we call the active reserve unit. And a friend is saying non-active reserve unit. Non-active reserve units are members of military services. We can get them involved. To me, handle rescue exercises. The reserve units are people who are in the army, but they are not actively in the army. All these people, we have them in Ghana, but it has to be institutionalized. So ensure donors and not more capacity. And you have to because they already have army personnel within the communities that they live in. So ensure those are the was here. Then we have the post rain planning. Ensure now then and what's here the bois and comfort. Was here there. But all these things we don't do them. Ensuring your tip or my near efficiency your top brew. Was here can say ensure best to be and sana. Is if we had planned well, we would have known said this volume of rains are more likely gonna come. So what do we do?
Because
how do we relocate the people at Alajo? So that we don't have damaged properties like we are experiencing. Now you see the cost implication is not just about the people there. The insurance companies are going to suffer. Businesses are going to suffer. And individuals are also going to suffer.
Engineer, yet if you are seeing flood issues here on crime, and yet, and a brave betimia bar, Rebecca said in Suato man crime floodiana.
And no, was a politics, if you move. It's not about what you say or what you do to win votes that matters. This goes beyond politics. This is more a national, a national consensus than running a political agenda on flooding. Because only Uber power. Now I need the also we said 4 years I should better a better. A better to me about say. If our political leaders will understand, say, look, let's deal with this issue once and for all. I know since our assembly and as our DNA, my brother, it's going to be very difficult to end this matter because May, June, July is your talk. May, June, July is your talk. And then also Metrophobic to me are predicted. I will say, oh, we are expecting this volume of rain. If we're expecting this volume of rain, is our drain capable enough to carry them? If the drain is not capable enough to carry them, what can we do to maintain them? Then we have things like sedimentation tanks. We have dams. It is in the air. We have intermediate dams are able holding but so that we don't experience flooding. It is dam the batteries it won't say so no do na be ko good dam no na kakra airco as airco no na dam no so te na te kopim time a dam no mu be empty. Then another set of rain comes in, it's holding. All these things are engineering ways of dealing with the flooding. But minor international ambum and for politics and we would come back next year to discuss flooding again.
Ayana yenimisa jam politicians amu nyina ko school abrochire ya tena abrochire pen monso engineer for monso makwa abrochire mo tena abrochire ko school ebi akra no say we member of the American Society of Engineers na yedmu nyina behwe no ne afa mumu bi say consultant onko adwuma so behwe na mubi na anya appointment na be politicians obehwe na say mubi say ayana yes yet memufo no yanti ase say the same engineer yi okwa America na yema na dwuma oye ma ne mro so eye ne kama adenti na oba Ghana dia otimi nya dwuma no onye ni ye adenti eye na dwuma papa no yempa na say ya sasi so ye dwuma pa enye yi adenti engineer chechire mu
yo me da say nana the time result here say Ghana has all the best plans you can think of. Now, there are few factors that affect it. One of them is resources, financial resources to implement these plans. The other part is the political agendas. There are other issues, but let me break it down. Let me give you an example. 2014-2015, there was a Conti Zoomlion project which was supposed to take care of the Kole, Insiona, War and crime issue, and a couple of issues came up. One of them was a legal issue between the mayor and then an engineer or a designer in the US. A delay project. Another one was also the relocation of Sodom and Gomorrah for Nanka, also Nanka. As per the World Bank contract, a movie or a project, but unfortunately the mayor initiated that move, which affected us. Now, plans no make us plans ni new amebwa. Drawings ni now. Now, with this one, the plan, the design was supposed to go like this. They were supposed to have planted 2.6 meter high drains underneath all our routes from Dakuma to Koli, Bubuashi to Koli, First Light to Koli, Circle to Koli. Now, these things say to me, and case you to Umushi was ro. Na to me, I should not to me a facie na Kogu Kolin. These are storm drain pipes. Make us say, designs no Zoomlion. So it is time that government sits with him and see how best to start implementing such things so that we take care of Dakuma, Kaneshi, Circle area. And on the so steady, those places no so are very severe. Very, very severe.
Yeah.
And we've done all the analysis. Everything has been done. Oko New Yorker, the same storm drains are there. It is Yoto New Yorker, Equasia, Esro, not in Asias are. Why can't we do the same here? It's all about leadership. It's all about government understanding that these are important things that needs to be done. Because who frame me as an engineer say you designing, all the analysis near the better table so now who to baby. There's nothing I can do about it.
A very sad situation. Nah.
But they make an let me go on further. Readings I was seeing now the flow of water should have been predicted so that obi otse hona onim se flood if robano. People like that should have been moved. Yen adiaba ko one mine mu say yen keep records. Measured flood levels no yenim. Who could be CCA, yes, what do you call it? And also cry the assembly. But those things should be visible. Kwame, your plan, every stage be your plan. Flood the bar, now say a 2 feet, any management plan I was here use. Say a 4 feet, I say no was say, but it's only 8 feet, so your management plan. So there should be a flood management plan at every sector of the nation. Every municipal should have a flood management plan so that we know say I do 2 feet. We don't need anything. All we need is a vehicle that can plow the flood areas and pick people up. I do 4 feet. We know say look, we need a live boat that can carry people from wherever they are. When it gets to 8 feet, we know that we need this plan in place. Now there are 4 things that we need to look at. Nana, let me start with this. The first one being mitigating. How do we prevent it? How do we prevent flood from happening? Cleaning our trenches, making sure say waste management is taken care of. But those are basic things that we need to do. Preparedness. We know say May, June, July in Soto. What do we do during this period of May, June, July, or even before May, June, July? What do we do? These are our preparedness plan. But what they make and what you say?
Me follow
our readiness. Again, you then and so what do we do? Do we relocate? Do we tell schools not to come to school? Do we tell hospitals officials not to come? If there is a need to have hospital officials move from far to their hospitals, what are the transport arrangements? What are the feeding arrangements? So that these people can be comfortable in the hospital and take care of the sick while they bring them. In addition, recovery, when it happens, what we do after it has happened. All these things needs to be thought out clearly as a nation, so that every district assembly should have a plan like that. And then we go and create committees to come and solve the aftermath of the problem, when we would have reduced the cost by just pre-planning.
Yate ese na wokan nyina no ba ko problem na matimi asame ni nyina up in one say a leadership eji say leader no and a leadership no prepared say on be solve this problem we are they can do it.
Oh, definitely.
And no penaka so some drawings now institutions now the political will I make the political will to implement the solution.
Exactly.
Engineer Medasi. Medasi na book or say baby. Medasi. Engineer Frederick K. Jan Butchie, or a member of the American Society of Civil Engineers. And pay Edin Commodore. You know, yes, I can't live without you. I audio no mesresa or say I can't live without you. I could be afa and you die. I will die when you leave me. So I worry and I want to train why. Baby, I don't know. You hear just the political will,
and the political will not in anyone. Oh, and the American NDC for nipa omumwa o man chichiri omumwa o man kanko. If you say baby MPP beba now omo ayo madwin say deliberately ye tia na mo bi e wo situation bi a e ha o man no ho no na o ma sori atia because edenia se o pese o solve solution problem bi a ubetia obi na so bibi be ha obi but NDC for the bar ya no ma job odom ho akogim say anka bi na do time and so enso yi hayen enti mum yenye wei ne yemubu adan bi asisi ha NDC for be sori akogina kiri say omo nwini nipa ho ene omo yesa enti baby ha no ema oman no yentumi enya akokoduro aban no bia ba wontumi nya akokoduro enya de ebebo ama oman ho ato ne daache say omo yesa no mu ba mu wie no mu ye bi no bi koka dia afene no mu nyansa na pie no mbeka say mayen fa nyamonyosem but bra mo opposition no mo di yamanyosem mo ba na fe obi koka bi dia o si adenti ne di yamanyosem ye nyina nye baako na ye nya ade bra na ban foforo ho ndie na mo wura fi say ayo man baako ne ye nyina ye timu na dia ama Ghana ye problem aso pa ya John Mahama dia ama Ghana say what problem pa ya John Mahama president yote akonya no so no because ono na be bia wo lidi ade no anke hu ne yi anka mama kwawra fo no nkaka enkasa but ready or no ankasa wo ye opposition leader no ono ebeti ase animu na oka na otutudi na o mankrofo din bia
na ye farming no mo ye mo especially rice farming na me ko no mo complain say so na gigi o mo farmlands no enya asem ketwa so na gigi o mo farmlands amadodo na no o mo twadwadwo papa edi arewo na ade ba ko so a me fa ufidie so de asre regional minister o ye MP ni se ye pa ni cho osudokufo no mo bre dewo emu o ma do a o ma harvest no emu no gu warehouse yento
I see
yento emu no me se me ko ene people complain say ni o ma get o ma harvest dada no po no gu warehouse yento na omu sa ye biom bebi omu di begum po your house etin dudu na aka se wo a wo ni veranda ana wo ni dan a di begum na che se emu a wo sa do season we ni de na che se bedane o hawa ma na ne ya ho ni so mo si ba fast of no eni o ma be ye meeting sa bo na mo shawo o mo tumi shawo mo bo se o next pay e beto next ni bedu no mo ma eti akoyo how na se na eni eni mu no denti na kwani ni ye ejuma o ye ejuma se na be den obenye bi edi na wa ton bi enye skadi ahwe na busia na se kuani ni ye we nyina na se ye nto a then obeye nso regional minister say oh ye obodjuma and say ya kura say the best regional minister
say akuafo na te say eyaka say a Greek minister na buffer stock nation as say atofo so man is kameto enti buffer stock for no be meeting class can you home the beto and that is a challenge
na the ronim me ko no mo ka say me mamani gie omo say nanado time no ana ne mu ye dimpo no emu no na shorto emu ye tata wom e de pem MPP time no ana ye nyanu NDC regional minister ankasa council omanu maye din no omo so sa tam na emu no nsoto
ba say ni nyina chi so mo koto ba ti MPP fo
enti no mi ko ye no tumu se dodo na aka say in fact we de yenu ye ho Charles de kupa o omo se de yenu ye ho if you say ya ton ye color TV akoto black and white in fact o kona ko hu emu egu ho a ye be ka say regional minister say MP ni constituency a e ya reho na minim say no man ka so maka no eni say na media fa we fidie so no maybe a regional minister wo bia no omboa na onim de asema kwa meka no ni say NDC amamu ya danko dadado amamu zo ni nyentia John Mahama ka kire say so no de oba or discabema head of schools no more matonua
yeah
na wo hwe Charles de ku enclave ba so manya wo hwe schools e wo ho a deru anko mapeni disika na ma heads of schools kekepo e wo sa zone mu a anka me dada anka mu enyo how e ma wo if you say sa schools here around no sa wo hwe wo mu say omum to aduane free local farmers wa minji ni so mo aduane be yo how dia ma wo ai ne ebi mu po no mo de be to ndro dia the next farming we no kwapo na ye dia ma wo enti no mesere say regional minister tiemia baby adu no de nya politics on twa ne hwe kwafo no e wo sudoku side no nko boa wo no mu so no home farms no hwe kwan a obeboa wo no ma ye free
so betie dia
obetie dia because udin regional minister ye man tumia no ka kire say within 50 days greater Accra nyina be light there we me pajo mi nim say bia baby out no wo so edu anaju a baby a ye kania wo ho a
David
lighting system is a problem na say as we be ka kire say we solve flood problems hwe inso to na no hwe ni esi wa ye region e ya rewo eti na den na o kire imre du so be jai kasa bebrebe no take actions if you say kasa bebrebe no impenifo say the entoponko enti no on twa kasa no so no hwe on putu measures in place and on fa niam tutu akwema be boa amo hawati na emufo fam wo region mu no etu etwa enye kasa so we regional we are best regional minister and they so prove amo obi ehun sampa wona also we regional minister me da say oh
me da say enti enua akrobo na ya tene but so hwe situation bi am hodie mu fa mu sudoku de mu fa mu die but greater Accra in general anfa ne ho anisa
yes
so o hwe ne ma na ekosone situation o man ni wumu no a o so then na ka fa ho
yo senior me da say wo hwe flood issues here me ka say e bless is enya ade a me ka say ne edi kan ni na wo hwe ye nuanu me NDC abribia no omo pese omo gina bibi so e di nya political point mechanism wo hwe 2015 ade ABC ye a se ka ye nyina ye ni mato wenche ma to ye wa ase ye nyina ye mitua ye nuanu me NDC for the politics a no mo di fi aban mu omo ba ye nso ye ni asesi enene na nsape na onim flood issues we wo ni edi kan Galamsey issues contribute to the contribute can nso so ama flood koso woni nyenti a won say nso a to bebrebe nyina no nso a top and a tofi ye forest zones na wo hwe forest zones no so a eastern region ene ye bi ye forest zones na ye wo no ho na nso top an e na ho so na meka say Galamsey koso na me no ka say honum na Galamsey koso pa na onim Galamsey no say sanse no mutunu na enye kwan paso ntino insu 3 anameka say gotes ayeyi yesi anka insu famu no Galamsey no esisi gotes ni bebre eti say insu ita insu na apene kwan na insu so de onim say ba na say nya bebi esi e fa na ono apene kwan a oni control It no hwe nso ebe nyina dodo na fida areas no all those so to Accra but we hwe Galamsey another major factor anameka say ade ba ko contribute to flood ene yen ayewa Accra ye bre no e ka ho bi if you say ye tu Galamsey ni entunu kwan paso ye nsi amna na esisi got esisi nso fam no
yeah
esisi secondly ye sena ye di ye baller nsem hwe me be ya adenta abobo ya anlodu baller na ni onam kwan no so oba no baller ni yi gu fon na am say na ade o se nso to sisi ye ya nso betwe we nyina ko gu faako
yeah
na ko gu faako na esi gota no den na besi nso no be pene kwan pene kwan so abe wura manfo fie ebi wura manfo fie ene ejuma kese anka Zoomlion ye no abansi waji Zoomlion ejuma finise se first no nanka Zoomlion ejuma ye hu anopa bia obehu ye maame mu ye papa no mo prapra no mo boa no ne abesesa ene ye hu aban yi ba ye ko 2 years ye hu sa niam no o se waji ejuma no on kan kire ye juma we make an say institution poti bi o dia show mo ya beka so mo no mo hwe so mo besesa bolo mbe prepare krokro mama god ese choku no nyina no etu etwa ontumi nkire yen
dabi
na won nkire ye we no ye fko ha we mu no no wasa helicopter mu na wo hwe dero in fact ni e koso no me de ni american say ban we di enwamo we di enwamo efi se Zoomlion afitete yenim so mo no mo boa ema ye potem ti eyi gotem na so wadwom adwuma enso tumi kire so na adwuma na maje fie mu sam no adwuma ko we na me da show mu
competent company na be show mu nsa
na abobo ya mo fa ball e krapo no omu ni diving site omu ni baby omu di ball ani kogu enti no bia sisa otwen anaju na otu na na baby am no eyi egu baby ya enti nso nya to ya na sisa akogu baby afi nso no baby esi nso no fa no esa nso no nya kwanti no na ewure fiefie ye gotes nyina choku
yeah
eno hwa bobo ya fa bola no mo saso a ubo so mutumi ko gina baby o munya baby ngu adisa yo mu so bi anhwe o ma no mo ma po mo kwan no mo de gu baby enkusi da ben ena we be koso Zoomlion de aka ye ni mukura no Zoomlion o dumping side bebre a mo nim se yes sambola ni nyina ha ne de ko o mo san refine ni san ne ma nyina de ye manuals e de boa ena wo so waje ne contract na oni maje ba ko so san ya drip machine ya na nado nim die mu de ba ye ye wo machine sai betumi yi ye gotes mu dem uko district assembly sai ya pack drip machine se siwo
yes so mu nyeska
uko bisa yes scan we de betofu uko bisa yes scan we de betofu ebi nso de obekọ no ebi manya fort now you are drip machine by America say less than 2.5 years no ebi nya fort yan repair
enu 2.5 years correct
and can we drip machines ya na Zoomlion ni gaban de ebo mu de ba ye ya uhwa machines e wom e tipa track yi say ye yi go test mu ye betumi de gum ye de gum a ebe boa na ge ko pe baby dumping site na de egu enso hwa ne ya toto ye sanya ma nyina no ya den ye egu baby e na akoda ne ohaw e de mo oman enkosi da ben ye ka na minister be gina ho no onu so aka ne de na what anti Galamsey what anti we sanitation task force akanya interior minister na eso da no
yeah
ye de akoma deputy chief of staff na deputy chief of staff ade akoma ni question ne say on interior minister no on betumi aboma ye adwuma ne sa na because interior minister adwuma so be hwese potem be ye ono na ye hu ene yo
ono say ono e ba ye nyina say ono na police fo no ye omomoye omu bi animu e hwe rescue nyina ono da no ntade na obe atim duka so nka
see asat now fiti so start fiti Sunday ahomache ebedu ene me se mi amadanfo o wotesa no he ya young guy I was start abrabo debo in so awura ni dem aseni bibia young guy na feno sabe start abrabo bi aseni bibia up to now
oboka
obi anko bisa na hwe eya nimfom so ana ya aban no although meka se timamufuo ye ne ma bia ye so nyesu aban wo ho ma timamufuo wo na ye nuanom ne sense mo ye bibia politics ntino anya kupon so de onim se MPP de ye ka no kre na ye ban so ye dwon ma no ntino abubi o mo ba bia no mo tu dedi ana mo mo ni ye e kire se o mo dwon ma no ho up to now ye hu nya nadmopo ye de aboa victims ana mo atu enchen atu ye hu nya nadmo ye de aboa wo ene na me kan bibi regional nadmo a ofi mi constituency o si apemfo ene omo nya niama ne beboa am obu wonu ma wadwen ye o se bi o nyamwa enso se nipa no so no so atu enchen ne bi ato no so odwen no ho enti e be sra ba ni se ene regional minister se bebi edu no enye kasa bebre edumra esi Galamsey no mutumi mo jai ni ye got sisi no so no ye biem ye nim se junjula ye nsu tomre woni ma de ba kwa na ku fado tam o ya manage uko district na me hono ye example se bedu rainy season before April May no omo de excavators ko yi got akese ni se na be ya nsu no start ya e be nya kwanyako ya nfo ba ye hu bibisa yeso yenje zamrani akese yenje abodin akese ono na ya anomoni lero edumra kasa no to betwa na dwumadi akoso de aboate na mufo
edumra kasa no besu kasa no de ese etu timi twa na ye hwekan be fa so ebetimi aboa because enanu any part 12 na so fire report say omawu of which imu bigiri say brosa yenim ni ebesi because ya catch say neko isu betopa ti I see take some action